What is up, guys? GoodIced here, and today I wanted to make a video for all of my World of Warcraft Death Knight players who are looking for a character or job to play in Final Fantasy to get that that fix, you know, to get that DK fix. So let me log in real quick. Hey, number 35 in queue, let's go. So the reason why I chose the Reaper for my Death Knight companions out there is, first off, hold on, let me put my helmet on. The edge, bro. If you're wanting to be an edgy DPS, the Reaper. Or if you just kind of like the dark aesthetic, then go for that. A good second place, I would say, would probably be, if you're still wanting to be a DPS, Samurai. Samurai hits really hard, so I mean, for melee DPS, you know, we're talking purely melee DPS here. But I mean, as you can see, I really just I played tanks for a little bit, then played Gladiator or Paladin. I dabbled a little bit in Monk, Dragoon, literally all the melee DPS. But yes, as I got level 80 with Reaper, I kind of want to just go over the basics for some of my WoW friends out there, or people who would like to try out a Final Fantasy or the Reaper. But as of recently, if you haven't already bought Endwalker, you're gonna have to wait a little while until Square Enix can figure out their server issue. Literally suffering from success. So yeah, let's get into it. So your basic 1, 2, 3 combo is Slice, and a Waxing Slice, and some Infernal Slice, and they each give you 10 Soul Gauge. You use Soul Gauge to use Bloodstalk or Grim Swath. Bloodstalk is your single target, and it gives you access to Gallows, Gibbet, or Guillotine. Gallows, you know, it does more damage from the rear. And when we use that, so since I used Gibbet, or not Gibbet, Gallows, it's so confusing. Gibbet now does more damage and changes the potency a little bit of, not Grim Swath. I forgot the name of it. But it changes this into something different and makes it do more damage. Not a lot, nothing crazy. You also have a debuff called Shadow of Death. It literally just makes you do more damage, 10% damage to your opponent or enemy for 30 seconds. You can activate it twice, extend it to a minute. You have an AoE. Well, let's go over single target first. Then you have Soul Slice, which gives you instantly 50 of your soul gauge. So you can use your abilities. You have an AoE version called Soul Scythe. Let me just start around. And here's Soul Swath, or Grim Swath for you, and what Guillotine looks like. In the beginning, you only have one charge, but once you hit, I think it's level 76 or 78, you're able to get 2 charges. Another good ability is Gluttony. Gluttony does a lot of damage, 500 potency to a target and 25% to all remaining enemies. So what you'll do is you'll just boom, and it gives you 2 charges. So you'll be able to use Gallows and Gibbet. We'll get to what this does here in a second. I like playing with Dart. You have some of the normal abilities that some DPS get. So you have Bloodbath, Arm's Length, your Stun, Faint, reduces damage dealt by 10%, and magic damage by 5. Your second wind that heals you. Unique thing is Arcane Crest. This does something different later on, but I'm not going to spoil it. This is kind of just, you hit level 80, you're kind of ready to start doing Endwalker stuff. You have Arcane Crest. It's kind of like AMS from World of Warcraft, except for it gives you a barrier that nullifies damage, totaling up to 10% of your maximum HP. I've heard this used in the Final Fantasy community as the DPS equivalent to the Blackest Night, which is a Dark Knight ability, but I don't think it's that OP. The Blackest Night is a lot better, from what I've seen of it. Now we get to the pinnacle of this class, the thing that makes me feel like it is equivalent to Death Knights. Enshroud. So Enshroud, you offer. Just listen to this. You offer your flesh as a vessel to your avatar, gaining maximum stacks of Lemire Shroud. It's 30 seconds, and it costs 50 Shroud Gauge, which is the blue bar. Before I pop it, generally you'll want to use this with Arcane Circle. It's a nice damage buff to you and your party members for about 20 seconds. So let me give you the spicy look. Whoop. Look at that. You get all edgy and cool. It changes your Gibbet and Gallows to Cross Reaping and Void Reaping, and then your Guillotine to Grim Reaping. And at this point, it's fast. I mean, look at this. You have no positional requirements at that time, so you just dump your damage. And then you repeat the process of building up your resources and getting up until you can use Enshroud again. So, if you couldn't tell, this class is a builder, spender. You build up until 50 of your soul gauge. Or not soul gauge. Yeah, soul gauge, I was right. Look at me, second guessing myself. 50% of your soul gauge to then spend on Bloodstalk, so you could spend it on Gibbet or Gallows until you get to 50 of your, as I call the blue gauge, 50 of your blue gauge, and then you pop your big burst cooldown and Shroud, and then just go ham. If that doesn't sound like Unholy DK or Frost DK, I don't know what does, other than those classes in this game. So if you're a DK fan and you either want to try out Final Fantasy, or just, are hesitant, or for the fact that you literally can at the moment, but for when it gets fixed, you're like, should I don't know what job I want to play. Try out Reaper. You will have to have the newest expansion, Endwalker, and have a character, a job of War or Magic, level 70 to play this class, to learn it. But it's definitely worth it so far. I haven't got to the crazy things for this class yet. Not level 90. They're kind of taking a small break off the game after I got this class level 80. But to send you off, I'm gonna do this opening rotation, which I'm just gonna warn you, I don't know if it's optimal or not. This is just kind of what I will usually do in a dungeon or a trial. All right. Walk up, run up. Boom. The build up. And you just kind of repeat that. You know, and obviously, you know, you'd you know, depending on like the dungeon, sometimes you'll go in it and you have more soul gauge, so you can like skip the soul slice open. But yeah, other than that, it's pretty self-explanatory for me. As a or at least a level 80 81 Reaper is basically all I do. So yeah, thank you for watching today's video. I know this was random and you were probably expecting something different, but I really wanted to talk about Reaper. In Final Fantasy 14 is kind of my current home at the moment. Hopefully, you know, I'm still kind of low-key rooting for World of Warcraft to fix itself, but I just kind of want to have this shorter video out talking about a little bit what I feel about Reaper and Walker a little bit. And I know some people out there who were watching me while I was playing WoW. Might have just been curious about the new DPS class, because melee DPS is the best DPS. Don't at me. But I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday. There will not be. I'm not sure, but there most likely won't be a video on Christmas. I'll be with my family, so. Also made this video to tell you that. I hope everyone has a great holiday and sees their family, eats a lot of good food, and just has a good time during this holiday season. I wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah. I can't think of any other holidays. But as always, stay frosty. Peace.